Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and we're back for this single game NBA slate. Sorry we missed you on Sunday. I actually had a situation with my oldest cat, Rilo, who ended up eating like a decent amount of string. And I guess it would have been on, I think it was Friday night, but had to take him to like the animal emergency room. And we looked online and they're like talking about all the dangers and like life threatening stuff that could happen. So I was like, man, I hope he can just like pass this, because I was pretty certain it was probably like 16-ish inches of just like this yarn type string. But anyways, we decided like, let's just go ahead and take him in, because we didn't want to risk it. And ended up being like a really long night. They had to sedate him and we had to watch him, and I got terrible sleep that night. And so Saturday was just like sort of a catch up day, and I had to keep monitoring him and stuff. He's doing better now, but we still have to monitor him, and they couldn't get him to sort of like vomit up the string. So anyways, keep my little boy in your prayers, because we're still monitoring him, and he seems to be doing good. But yeah, I just did not get much sleep, so I didn't even reach out to Jordy for the Sunday game. I was just like passed out pretty much. So sorry we missed you on Sunday. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. After my sob story,
Play the
make
little
sure
tiny violin.
yeah. But yeah, make sure you subscribe. This is not our typical type of video. Like, honestly, we normally wouldn't even put out a video for just a single game slate, but we want to give you guys some value. We know there will be some of you out there playing on tonight's single game slate. So we're like, let's put out a video. Let's put out a couple picks that we like. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, give us a like. Just a little click of a button for you goes a long way for us. So if you don't mind, hit that like button and drop us a comment. Let us know what you're getting into for this slate. And then also, if you have any questions about plays, hit us up in the comments and we'll get back to you. So yeah. Shout out to our partners. Our featured partners, platform-wise, are Betr, Underdog, and Parlay Play. If you use code BACKDOOR on any of those platforms, they're going to hook you up. Excuse me. For Parlay Play, you'll get a 100% deposit match up to $100, plus a $5 promo slip to get you, comfortable with the platform. They're just going to let you do a full-on $5 slip on the house. And then with Parlay Play, we're also including a 30-day, like a full month. It was 31 days, 30 days, whatever it ends up being. We're going to give you a full month in our premium Discord if you use code BACKDOOR at Parlay Play. You just got to email us at bdfantasysports.com. No, email us at bdfantasysports@gmail.com. And we will confirm that the code was used. We just need your Parlay Play username. And then once we confirm, it takes less than 24 hours, we'll send you the link for the free month in our Discord. And then Betr is going to give you a $200 deposit match and a free pick to help you cash your first slip. And then Underdog is going to give you up to $1,000 in bonus cash, plus a free pick to help you cash your first slip. We have all the information down below if you want to sign up for any of the platforms we're partnered with. We also have DFS tools and whatnot. So anything you're looking to check out, we have all that below for you. So yeah, let's talk about the plays. I'm going to be taking OG Anunoby over his 35 fantasy score on the platforms that I can get it. And I believe Underdog, they do not have the fantasy score. We got a little update. Okay, well, I'm taking the blocks and steals. I want his defensive options. So where you can't get his fantasy score, I'm going for OG Anunoby. Steals, blocks and steals. The 2.5 blocks and steals looks great to me, but I'll expand on that. And then I'm also going with RJ Barrett over his PRA. This got bumped down to 33 on Prizepicks. I'm getting it at 32.5 on Underdog. Let's see, Betr. Betr, I've got OG Anunoby 34.5 fantasy points, and RJ Barrett is at 33.5 PRA. We'll see if that gets adjusted because his line just did get adjusted. I still like it over the 33.5. I'm not really too concerned, but we'll get more into the details on that in just a minute because there might be a pivot there. And then on parlay play, we got OG Anunoby over 35 fantasy points, and then RJ Barrett for now looking at the 33.5 PRA. But again, there might be something I like a little bit better than that 33.5. But those are the two guys I'm rolling with. What are you getting into, Jordy?
Yeah, so for me, I'm going to be going with Davion Mitchell over his 8.5 points and assists. I feel really good about this line. And then I'm going with Jalen Brunson over 4.5 free throws made. Wherever we can't get this free throws, like Betr is one of them. I'm taking this 3 points over 2.5. We can get the 3 points on Underdog, and then for parlay play, we are getting those free throws. So yeah, that's what I'm going with.
Nice. I like it. All right, so I'm going to start with the options on Prizepicks. Well, he just got bumped. RJ got bumped back up to 30. Oh, no, that's right. It was at 33. I was thinking 32.5. That was Underdog. So let me just start breaking down why I like these plays, and you can decide what it is you want to take in particular if there's like a different prop for this player. But my situation here is we're dealing with a single game slate. We're looking for value, and we're limited to just this one game. So I'm going to be going with the revenge game narrative. You have RJ Barrett, who got traded from New York to Toronto. You have OG Anunoby, who was on Toronto and got traded to New York. They're both great players. And we have some questionable tags tonight. Emmanuel Quickly is out still. Bruce Brown out still. Karl Anthony Towns game time decision for the Knicks. He missed the last game against Detroit, and he's still listed as questionable. I did a little bit of research. Maybe he ends up playing tonight, but so far there's no word that I've seen that it's like, yeah, he's at the shoot around, he should be good to go, or he's probable. They still have him listed as questionable, so I'm just assuming that he's leaning towards not playing if there's no positive news coming out yet. So if you guys know something I don't know, drop it in the comments. But we also have Cameron Payne, game time decision. Mitchell Robinson's still out. As far as OG goes, with this fantasy score, we're always looking for defensive upside if we're going to be taking a fantasy score play in the NBA. Blocks and steals are very valuable. They're worth 3 points each for fantasy score. He's been, we already know he's one of the better defenders in the league. If we look at this last 5-game run, it's pretty wild. The 2 games he didn't hit the 2.5 blocks and steals, he still went for 2. So he was 1 block or steal away from cashing those games as well. But then against the Pelicans, he had 4 blocks and 3 steals. That's massive. That's 21 points in fantasy score. And then this game against Charlotte, 4 steals, 2 blocks. And then against Detroit, when Karl Anthony Towns was out, he had 4 steals and 2 blocks. So we're talking about 18, 18, and 21 just on defensive options alone. Overall, as a team, Toronto is very vulnerable to good defense. 27th in steals allowed, 25th in blocks allowed. If we go over to small forward, 13th in steals allowed, 12th in blocks allowed. But I'm going to double check here because I think he's been starting at, they've been playing him at the 4. So Jalen Brunson, yeah. Jalen Brunson, obviously point guard. They've been running Josh Hart at small forward. Bridges has been shooting guard, and then OG has been playing the 4. So if we consider that, and that's what they still run with, it's even softer. 12th in steals allowed, 20th in blocks allowed. The only other time that they've matched up since that trade was on January 20th. That was the game that they played when he and Barrett were both in that game. He went for 3 blocks and a steal in that game. So I just love that little bit of added edge as far as you know, a little bit of a revenge game. Like even if you're on good terms with your old team, there's just something inside of you that you want to ball out when you're playing against your old squad. So if we look at the PRA matchup for OG, if we're looking for a little bit of offense and see what that looks like, against power forwards, the 17th in points allowed, 15th in rebounds allowed, 25th in assists allowed. So he has a soft offensive matchup as well. This is a little bit high for his normal line. They have it set at 25.5. He's cleared this 9 out of 23 games in 2024 so far. And then if we look back to that head-to-head, last time they matched up, he didn't get it done. He went for 22 total PRA, 14 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 assist. So if we take that 22, and then we what was it, 4? So you add 12 to that. That would be 36 fantasy score. Actually, a little bit more than that because rebounds are also worth 1.2. So he would have been, actually, why am I doing the math? I can just go to fantasy score and look at it real quick. 34.9. So he must have had a couple turnovers there as well. So he basically almost hit that. Let's see how many minutes he played. 36.8, 11 field goal attempts. We're not going to base all of this just on that last matchup. But if we take a look here at his last 5, this last 5 game stretch, only 3 fouls per game, playing about 36.4 minutes. So getting solid minutes, and then 12.8 attempts a game, shooting 44%, averaging about 5.6 buckets a game, and then shooting 5.2 3-pointers per game, shooting 35%, averaging 1.8 made, getting to the line every now and again, shooting 83% on 2.4 attempts per game. So yeah, I think that I just feel really good about this. The matchup looks solid. We potentially have Karl Anthony Towns out. I like the revenge game narrative, and this dude is a defensive monster, very capable. So I want that fantasy score. And then again, blocks and steals, kind of went over that already. If we can get the blocks and steals on these platforms at 2.5, I'm absolutely comfortable with that. When I got it on Underdog earlier, let me just update this and see what they're giving me here. When I got it earlier, it wasn't even giving me a full multiplier. So yeah, we do still have OG. It's a 0.82% multiplier, or so they're expecting this to go over. Let me just pull Barrett back up real fast, and I'll try to wrap this up. But we only got 1 game, so it's not like too bad. Yeah, so Barrett is a little bit higher at the 33.5. We'll get into that. I'd probably still take that whole thing, to be honest, even though it's a little bit more expensive on Underdog. I'd still take that over. If we take a look at daily grind here for OG, they don't like his fantasy score to go over. There's not like a whole lot of platforms giving us the fantasy score, at least that are on the DFS optimizer here. So they're kind of all, like, more often than not, they're favoring the fantasy score to go under. But it's set at 35. That's a 53.22% odds to hit the under, minus 113. So go with your gut. If you want to pivot, they like his points rebounds to go over 23.5, 50.51% odds to hit the over. Let's see, do they have his blocks and steals on here? It might not even be on Prizepicks. So yeah, for Prizepicks, that's what our options are. They like his first quarter points over 5.5. I'm just rolling that fantasy score. I feel very comfortable with him having a good outing and getting active on defense. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be rolling with, but just wanted to let you know the odds there on the DFS optimizer. So RJ Barrett, we have the same situation, revenge game narrative. And let's see, I'm going to just double check and make sure I know what he's been playing at. Okay, so he's been playing the 3. Interesting. Okay, that makes sense. So he's been playing the 3 lately without Quickly in there. So let's look at the matchup there. So yeah, looking pretty solid. 22nd in points allowed, 21st in rebounds allowed, 6th in assists allowed. He's cleared this 11 out of 21 games in 2024. And then let's see, take a look at this head-to-head. So yeah, that game on January 20th when they matched up, he went for 32, and he played only 28.9 minutes. He's averaging more minutes than that, but yeah, I mean, he's very capable. He can go pretty crazy. Like now that Scotty Barnes is back, he's doing a little bit less on the facilitating side of things, but I just love the idea of him trying to sort of pop off a little bit against his old team. That last game, he went for 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. And then if we take a look at what he's been doing lately, I think they're kind of adjusting because he was really going crazy. And then when Scotty Barnes came back, it was kind of like, I think they're just still sort of adjusting to what this looks like with Scotty Barnes kind of leading the team with facilitating. But he's cleared this 3 out of his last 5 games. And then against OKC, he only went for 30, still put up 11 boards against OKC, which is very impressive at the shooting guard position. That was on 31.1 minutes. And then that last game against Dallas, he went for 27, and that was on 27 minutes. Looks like, yeah, that was a pretty high scoring game, 125 to 118. And then that was a total blowout against OKC, and he still got that done. Or got, put up 30, got pretty close, and it was 129 to 92. So I'm feeling pretty good about him going over this tonight. I feel like there was one more thing I wanted to mention. Oh yeah, last thing. So yeah, over this 5-game stretch, averaging 34.4 minutes per game, 3 fouls, not really getting in foul trouble. But I love this, 17.2 attempts per game right now for field goals. Shooting 55%, 9.4 buckets a game, 38% from beyond the arc, shooting 5.2 attempts and averaging 2 made. Then you got 13.2 rebound chances per game, and then 8.8 potential assists. So this looks great to me. I think that if he, with the track he was on the first time that they matched up, which was, kind of a while ago, he still went for 32. And then I expect his minutes to be higher than he played in that game, being under 29 minutes. I expect him to, I would love to see him in the mid 30s. So we'll see, but I'm feeling really good about this play. And yeah, I'm happy to take it even over 33.5, but we'll take it cheaper where we can get it. If we look at daily grind for this play, they love this points combo. Jalen Brunson and RJ Barrett over 48. I think that sounds pretty good too, but that could just be like a little extra if you guys wanted. They've got a 52.84% odds to hit the over, especially if Cat's out. I think that'll look really good. Brunson's probably going to be pretty active. They like his 0.5 steals to go over. They have that at a 52.03% odds to hit the over. I'm guessing they've got the PRA under. Yeah, they do, because it's more expensive right now at 33.5. 50.88% odds to hit the over. This is set to Prizepicks. Let me just refresh this because it might be a little bit different. Yeah, so since it's at 33 flat, they've got it actually favored to the over. 50.73% odds to hit the over, minus 120. And it looks like they just can't really make up their minds. These odds makers are just continuously bumping this between 32.5 and 33.5. They also like his points to go over 22. They like his points assists to go over 27. I think these all look good. But yeah, most of all, I just want that full PRA because I think I just think this line's low enough that he can get this done. If you guys want to check out Outlier, you can see how awesome it is already. The way we use it every video, I literally even like they've got the mobile app too. Like I don't like make plays without checking Outlier because you can so quickly bounce between all of these categories of statistics. You can look at head-to-head matchups, last 5, last 10, last 20. You can go to the previous year. You can take players in and out of the equation. Emmanuel Quickly, he's been out for a minute, so it won't change too much. But if I just click that, it's going to say, well, here's what RJ Barrett does when Quickly's not on the court, when he's not playing. And it's just super valuable. But yeah, you got your matchups. Injury reports are very current. They give you little notes typically once there's like new news about it. And then this insights tab is really cool too. They just have plays that they like, and they'll give you a little note as to why they like it. They'll tell you they prefer the over or the under. And then they'll point you in the direction of the platform where they're finding that best value. And you can just click it and it'll take you to that platform and lock it in for you. So if you guys want to try this, it's free to try. They're giving all of our viewers a 7-day trial. So you don't have to put in a code, just go sign up through the Outlier link below and they'll hook you up with a week. All right, Jordy.
All right. Yeah. So excuse this red lump on my face. My dog decided to step on my face in the middle of the night while I was sleeping. And he's a Great Dane in lab mix, so that was not very fun. And on top of that, I haven't been very active on anything lately because I kind of like pulled my back out. I don't know how you do that at 23, but I managed to do that somehow. But yeah, so I've just been kind of going through it, but we're here, we're still grinding. Yeah, so I've got Davion Mitchell for over this 8.5 points assist. I like this line a lot. And Davion Mitchell, he's been getting enough minutes to get this done. He's getting about 25 to 28 minutes. Sometimes he's creeping up into the 30s. He's a really good player. I liked him a lot on Sacramento. You know, he's just been slowly working his way into more playing time here. You know, obviously it was a little bit better when Scotty Barnes was out, but they use this guy a lot. He's kind of like their you know, like Andrew Nimhard or McConnell, if you will. They bring him in a lot, and he plays pretty well. You know, with Quickly being out, they need all the help they can get. This point guard matchup for points and assists is pretty soft. 12th in points allowed, 13th in assists allowed to point guards. You know, he's gone over the 17 out of 24 games this year, so this line looks pretty juicy to me. In the head-to-head, last time they matched up, you can see he only got 12 minutes in that first game, so that was when he was with Sacramento, so I don't even really count that. But as he's been with, I guess this was with Sacramento too. Well, anyway, he played 25 minutes in that game and went for 12. So, you know, I think that's a very similar outcome on what's going to happen tonight. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think he's going to get upwards of 25 minutes, and I think he can get this line done. He's shooting 38% from the floor, which isn't too great, but, you know, we'll make do with it. 24% from 3 on 3.3 attempts. He's only getting 6.6 shooting attempts, so it's kind of hard to get into rhythm when you're only shooting the ball 6 times. But I do like this to go over. He's a little handsy. He's definitely getting in foul trouble in some of these games, 2.9 fouls per game, but some of these he's creeping up into the 5s and stuff. You know, if this game does somehow get out of hand, he's just going to get more time too. So I do like this to go over, whether or not this game is close or it gets out of hand. I think he's still going to get that 20 to 25 minutes, and I think he can get over this line. Yeah, like I said, a pretty soft point matchup. He's exceeded 8.5 points, assists in 10 out of his last 12 games at home, so he's playing pretty good at home. If we hit this button here, it'll show us. You can see there 10 out of 12 games, so he's playing pretty solid ball. I like this to go over on daily grind here. Let's see, if we go to DG, they like it to go over as well. It's a minus 125. It says top over, 51% chance to hit the over, so really liking that line. And then Jalen Brunson's 4.5 free throws. This got bumped up 0.5, but I still like it. He's cashed this 14 out of 23 games. The last 5 games, he's really been hitting this a lot. He's playing really aggressive again. He's driving it more, driving it into people's chests. And this is a really good matchup. Toronto is awful with fouling. They're 30th in the league in fouls, giving up 21.5 foul shots per game. They just are way too handsy when it comes to defense. They foul a lot. Even in that last game, I took someone, I took Daniel Gafford's free throws. He was the only person that didn't shoot foul shots in that game. Literally the only Dallas Maverick that starts or comes off the bench and plays an immediate role that did not shoot foul shots. So it was just so unlucky. But you know, this is a good matchup, and Jalen Brunson tries to draw the fouls. You can see some of these games he's getting up to 10 free throws per game. So, you know, this is a really juicy line, I think, and against this matchup, I think he's really going to drive the ball, try to get to the line and play his game. So I'm a huge fan of this line. If you can't get this free throw line anywhere, like Betr and Underdog don't have it, I do like this 3-point over 2.5. He's hit this in 3 out of 4 head-to-heads and 13 out of 23 games. He's shooting 6.1 3-point attempts, and he's shooting 43%. So in some of these games, he's getting up in the double-digit attempts. So you guys already know how I feel about that. Soft matchup to 3s allowed, 24th and 3-pointers allowed to point guards, giving up 3.5 a game. So good matchup on either one. Free throws are obviously my favorite, but these 3-pointers, I am not afraid to take that on Betr and Underdog. So that's what I'll be locking in. And if we want to check the odds on the 3-pointers, we'll just type in Jalen Brunson real quick. So they like the 3-pointers to go over, minus 127, 52% chance. Let's see here. I don't think they give odds on the free throws. Yeah, they don't. So I like this to go over.
They're usually always 50-50. Like they'll pop up sometimes, but it's like always 50-50.
Right. It's like a minus 128 both ways. But yeah, so I feel great about both of these. Solid matchup in the 3-point category, great matchup in the free throw category. So definitely dig in both of those lines for him. He's exceeded 4 free throws in 4 of his last 5 games against bottom 10 defenses for free throws allowed. He's shooting 7.4 free throws a game versus bottom 10 free throw defenses. So going back to that narrative, if we click that button here, look at that, 4 out of 5 games against defenses just like them. So looks pretty good to me. This is gonna be a fun game in pace factor. The Knicks are definitely a slower paced team, 26, but the Toronto Raptors are not. They push the pace. They're 12th, so it's a fun matchup. Scotty Barnes being back has been a lot of fun. That dude is a very aggressive player, and his new like facilitator type role is really fun to watch. So yeah, I mean, I really do like both of these lines. I think they're both good. So that's what I'm going to be rolling with. If you guys want to check out the optimizer from Daily Grind, definitely go check them out. There, you see how it works here. I just typed in Brunson. If we take that away, their top play on the board today is, let's see, regular play. Their top under is this Patterson PRA under. I think this is college ball. But at 16, I don't know. You guys can tell me on that one. But yeah, if you want to check this out, go to dgfantasy.com and use code BACKDOOR, and they will give you 25% off of your first purchase. So whether you want to lock that in for like a month or a year, they will help you lock that in. It's a lot of fun. It helps you cash a lot more. And honestly, in the long run, it helps pay for itself. So liking that value we get from DG over there. So go check them out. And then if you want to go check out another daily fantasy style app, check out Chalkboard. They're a lot of fun. I play on them a lot. Them and Prizepicks are probably like my 2 favorite platforms when it comes to what kind of like odds and payouts you can get. So I do like Chalkboard a lot as well. We're also sponsored with them, so if you want to go check them out, use code BACKDOOR over on Chalkboard and you will get 100% match up to $100 and a free play to help you cash your first slip. So yeah, that's going to cover it all for me.
All right. Well, if you guys want to come join our Discord, you can take advantage of the Parlay Play promo. Use code BACKDOOR at Parlay Play. You'll get a free month in our Discord. And I heard Bobby is taking us all out to dinner. It's a rumor in the Discord because he had a lot of green. It looks like, was this all golf? Yeah, we won't get into it, but Bobby's got a lot of different, I'll just say like personalities with these platforms. I don't want to get him in trouble, get him on the radar of Prizepicks. But yeah, if you guys want to come join us, you can take advantage of the Parlay Play promo, or you can just go straight through Patreon. We have recently dropped the price, and so it's $12.99 a month. So yeah, less than $1 a day. I think that's less than 50 cents a day. It's pretty solid. So yeah, we worked really hard to get that down. Actually, we had to move some stuff around, but we got it done. But yeah, you just go straight through Patreon, and that manages our subscriptions. So sign up at Patreon, and then you just go into the settings on Patreon. There's a connected apps option in the menu bar, and then you just log right in from there. And yeah, you'll be all set to go. We forgot to go over the recap, but I'll just quickly mention mine. Took that Cade Cunningham in the last NBA video. Cade Cunningham over 37.5 PRA. The dude, I mean, I was hyping him up and he absolutely delivered. The Pistons got that win against the Knicks. That was awesome. No cat, but still, he went for 54 PRA. Once again, like he put up 52 against Boston and then 54. I'm just like, I love this dude. He's incredible. But yeah, and then the Missy rebounds did not cash though, unfortunately. I took him over 8 and he only went for 7. So bummer. Stoked about Cade, bummer about Missy. What did you do, 1-1 as well?
Yeah, so I put out that Jaden Ivey pivot, so that hit. So if you took the other platforms, you guys probably would have hit, unless you faded the Daniel Gafford 1.5 free throws. Like I said, he was the only person on the Mavericks that didn't shoot a free throw shot that has meaningful minutes, so that was just unfortunate. But yeah, the other I took Herb Jones over 10.5 points assists, and he went for like 28, so he had a crazy game. So
nice. trying to get X to load. I'm going to show you guys if you want to. All right, it's not loading. But yeah, if you want to follow us on our socials, it's just at BackdoorFS. Let me put something pretty on here while I'm talking. Yeah, it's just at BackdoorFS on TikTok, Instagram, and X. We also have our personal socials listed below as well. If you want to follow us, talk a little bit of sports online, come say hey. But yeah, we appreciate you guys tuning into the show. Don't forget to like the video on your way out. We're about to dive into our NFL picks video, which is a single game slate. But I mean, I'm going to be getting to some demons. So like we'll put together our 4 picks for tonight, and we'll talk about some demon plays we like. That is for a single game slate, much more exciting than this NBA single game slate. So don't forget to tune into that. We're jumping in right now. So we'll see you in just a little bit.
All right. Good luck, guys.